Identity and access management is not a simple proposition. As an identity management professional, you have to grant access to employees when they start with your company, modify access as employees' roles change over time, and make sure that access is turned off when an employee leaves, all while keeping unauthorized users out of your company's network, dealing with day-to-day problems like password resets, and ensuring that your company is compliant with regulations and audit ready. And your already difficult mission is made that much more complicated by the separate identities and roles your employees need, the different policies and workflows you have to create, and the oversight you have to perform to make sure employees are doing the right things. And you have to repeat all those tasks for every environment in your enterprise. Once for Windows, again for Unix, Linux, and Mac operating systems, one more time for financial systems, CRM, and database applications, and then again for the 10 to 15 other user accounts the average employee maintains, both inside and outside your company's network. And all these IDs and processes are like so many bubbles, isolated, unable to share information, and very fragile. Because every bubble needs its own specific information to operate properly, and even the slightest change you make in response to the demands of the business can be enough to bring it all crashing down. Then there are privileged users with huge collections of identities and access privileges, none of which are governed by consistent policies. These king users can look more like troll princes. And all this isolation can lead to an even bigger problem because it makes access recertification and attestation impossible for you, which leaves your company vulnerable to non-compliance issues in case of an audit. But Quest One Identity Solutions from Quest Software help simplify identity and access management so you can finally take control of your users' identities. Quest One Identity Solutions give you the tools you need to link all of those isolated bubbles and intelligently manage your user access across your entire enterprise. Quest provides intelligence-driven access governance that lets you tie identities, permissions, and roles to business rules, rather than relying on labor-intensive manual processes that may not fit the needs of the business. Single sign-on and password management that unifies all your users' identities, eliminating password consistency issues across platforms, freeing your users from management of multiple passwords, and dramatically reducing the cost of frequent IT-assisted password resets. Multi-factor authentication that builds on your existing investments and protects your company's network with support for hardware and software tokens and secure access to virtual desktops. Privileged account management that lets you give administrators just the right amount of access for just the right amount of time, while still enforcing individual accountability for these super users. And the auditing and reporting tools you need to track and report on rights, activities, and policies in real time, so you're always ready when the auditor comes calling. So with Quest One Identity Solutions, you really can manage your users' identities and be responsive to the needs of the business, while staying compliant and keeping your network secure. So what are you waiting for? Visit quest.com/identity-management to learn how you can simplify your identity and access management. Quest Software, identity management, compliance, and security simplified.